Deforestation for cocoa is a major environmental problem in West Africa, where most of the world's chocolate is produced. But how does this affect the climate, biodiversity, and water security of the region, as well as the livelihoods and resilience of small farmers who depend on cocoa for their income? First, let's look at the climate impact. Cocoa farming contributes to greenhouse gas emissions by clearing forests that store carbon and by burning biomass that releases carbon dioxide. According to a study by the World Bank, cocoa production in Ivory Coast and Ghana was responsible for 8.5 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year between 2000, and that's equivalent to the annual emissions of 1.8 million cars. Second, let's consider the biodiversity impact. West Africa is home to many endangered species of plants and animals that live in the tropical forests. These include elephants, chimpanzees, leopards, pangolins, and many birds and insects. By destroying their habitats, cocoa farming threatens their survival and reduces the ecosystem services they provide, such as pollination, seed dispersal, and pest control. Third, let's examine the water security impact. Forests play a vital role in regulating the water cycle by capturing rainfall, filtering groundwater, and preventing soil erosion. By removing forests, cocoa farming reduces the availability and quality of water for people and crops. It also increases the risk of floods and droughts that can damage infrastructure and agriculture. Fourth, let's explore the livelihoods and resilience impact. Cocoa farming is a source of income for millions of smallholders in West Africa, but it is also a source of vulnerability. Cocoa prices are volatile and depend on global demand and supply. Cocoa farmers often lack access to credit, inputs, training, and markets. Cocoa farming also degrades the soil fertility and exposes farmers to pests and diseases that reduce their yields. So what can we do about it? There are several actions that can help to make cocoa production more sustainable and less harmful to the environment and people. These include promoting agroforestry practices that integrate cocoa with other trees and crops that provide shade, food, income, and environmental benefits. Supporting certification schemes that reward farmers for adopting good agricultural practices that protect forests, biodiversity, and water resources. Encouraging companies to trace their cocoa supply chains and eliminate deforestation from their sourcing policies. Raising consumer awareness and demand for ethical chocolate that respects human rights and environmental standards. Strengthening governance and law enforcement to prevent illegal cocoa farming in protected areas. By taking these steps, we can ensure that chocolate remains a sweet treat for us and for the planet.